I'm excited about our guest today. Laura Backus is an expert on the ins and outs of the publishing world. She has experience as an editor, a literary agent, and also has been published herself by Random House, Writer's Digest, and The Writer, among many others. She was technical editor of Writing Children's Books for Dummies and is the co-founder of the Children's Authors Bootcamp workshops. For the last 22 years, she has run the Children's Book Insider with her husband from their home in Fort Collins, Colorado. Welcome, Laura. We're so excited to have you.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
All right. So we want to unpack the story of the CBI Clubhouse and all it has to offer aspiring children's writers. But first, I'm curious, how many of your members have become published authors?
Well, we don't have actual statistics of that because we don't, poll them at any point and keep numbers. But what we have done is started what we call a bookworm spotlight on our website. We call our members the Fightin' Bookworms. And when people do get published, either self-published successfully or published by a traditional publisher, we ask them to send us the information, links to their books, a little bit of their story, and we rotate those profiles every month on our website. So we do have a big chunk of our members who have gone on to become successfully published, but I don't have a hard and fast number for you.
That's great. That's great. So let's go back to the beginning of the story. You have all this experience as a writer, an editor, and even an agent. So why did you start the CBI Clubhouse? How did it come about?
Well, actually about 22 years ago, while I was a literary agent, I was writing these really long, detailed rejection letters for authors because I didn't want to just reject them. I wanted to tell them why and give them advice on how to improve their manuscript. And I said to my husband, John Bard, who at the time we weren't married yet, he was my boyfriend, but I said, I wish there was a source of information that I could just refer these people to. And he said, why don't you start one? So I started the newsletter, Children's Book Insider, at that point, a monthly newsletter, which we still publish today. And gradually out of that, over the years, grew our website. John, after we got married, he started working with me on the business. We started publishing books, all how-to information for writers. And about 3 years ago, he converted our regular website into the CBI Clubhouse, which is a membership site. And it was a way for us to just really expand it and give a lot more information to people. So it's been a long evolution, but it started with my desire to give people a source of information they could go to and really learn the nuts and bolts of writing for kids.
Fantastic. So the CBI Clubhouse truly is a one-stop shop for anyone who aspires to write for children. And you guys have constantly improved the website. I mean, just even recently, you did a whole makeover on it, it seems like. Mm-hmm. There is so much info packed into the site, and it seems almost overwhelming, but you guys have created this amazingly simple 1, 2, 3 step system, really, that literally takes you step by step through the process, even if you've kind of never written before, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So I want to dive into each of these steps of your 1, 2, 3 system and have you tell us about the tools and courses to help writers navigate their way to becoming published. But first, can you tell us, I'm wondering, is your site for anyone, and I kind of alluded to that, but is it really for anyone who's never written before? Maybe they just have an idea for a children's book, but they've never actually put pen to paper.
Yes, actually, traditionally, we've been very beginner-oriented, and with our remake of a couple months ago into the 1, 2, 3 system, we've expanded our offerings for writers of all levels. But to answer your question, absolutely. I created a step-by-step writing course, which has about, I think, 20 steps in it, that is really geared for beginners. So it takes you from that very initial spark of an idea. It helps you judge if the idea is appropriate for the age group that you want to write for. Then you develop that idea into a book. We take you through the writing process, the editing process, how to go about researching a publisher, how to submit to the publisher. So yes, we have a lot of material for people just starting out as well.
Great.